I'm live. Grateful day. Welcome to the 59th episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with your host, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. I inspire current and transitioning professionals and entrepreneurs with a passion of helping just them to overcome their challenges, professional development, and personal transformation, to persevere, all anchored in faith. Before I dive into today's episode, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Faith Forward Fearlessly by Jenée Hudson, where you can watch all of these episodes over and over again, and you can share them. The link's in my bio, and it will also be in the caption of this episode. Time for the shirt. All right, so today says, I grind different. What does that mean? Well, this shirt, I grind different, is simply a reminder of how I not only grind, but, by the way, I'm trying to get out the grinding game, but it's just how I continue to persevere differently and always better, which is the perfect transition for today's episode. Living life differently and better in the year 2025 by choice and on purpose. This also comes at a perfect time as we celebrate Black History Month. Yes, love this month, all right? You know, this month reminds me and us that just of like the incredible choices made by trailblazers like Madam C.J. Walker, America's self-made female millionaire. Love her. Who chose to live differently, which is what we're talking about today, by simply transforming her entrepreneurial just vision into a beauty empire. How fabulous is that? That beauty empire empowered thousands of Black women. So, you know, such stories for this wonderful, amazing month, it just simply just reminds me to keep going in my businesses just like Madam C.J. Walker, right? So it helps with just like that personal change and creating waves of impact that can transform many communities, you guys. So by all means, following Madam C.J. Walker and just her resilience and things like that, priceless. All right, let's start our actual discussion with some revealing statistics, all right? So did you know that recent studies show that 67% of entrepreneurs who just intentionally change their business practices and their daily routines, they reported a 40% increase in productivity and work satisfaction. Also, research from Harvard Business Review indicates that professionals who make actual like recent and just reactive choices, they actually live differently, which is what we're talking about today, right? Through strategic planning, and are 3.2 times more likely to achieve their actual annual goals. That is phenomenal. And lastly, for a statistic, is fascinating data, you guys, shows that the global entrepreneurship, the monitor reveals that 78% of success businesses and their owners, they actually attribute their achievements to making professional changes in their actual approaches to work life, just along their journeys, and just that integration. So phenomenal. All right, now let's get started. Here are 3 main gifts today for today's episode that will simply, hopefully, help you to just live life just differently and better this year, right? We want that. We say it every year, so we might as well just do it this year, right? Gift number 1, purpose-focused time investment. What do I mean by this? Well, this investment or strategy ensures that we are not just actually building for today, but we're working with intention, all right? And just simply ensuring that your time and energy are spent on many things, obviously, within your business and your journey, but things that actually truly matter, all right? Not just for today, by the way, but for the future even. Very important. Also, it's a way to simply just like ensure that like your life just leaves a positive, enduring mark, okay, on the world as well as within yourself. Also, it helps you to focus on creating like something like a power hours. That's what we're going to call it, okay? Power hours. That can be inspired, like I just mentioned, by Madam C.J. Walker, and just her disciplined business routine. So we're going to create a power hour, okay? And by creating this actual power hours, you can actually mirror like your focus and your productivity by doing the following. You know, I'm going to give you tips on how to do this power hour, right? First, you can actually, set the actual clear goals of what you're trying to achieve within your business, along your journey, like I said, or even in your 9 to 5. And then you want to eliminate distractions. We all definitely need to do that. If you can relate, put relate in the chat. I definitely need to eliminate many distractions along my days, right? And then also prioritizing like those high impact tasks is what's going to be key. And then lastly for this one, maintaining that consistency. Now that is the main gem of all of these. Consistency is everything. All right. Let me show you how to actually do so with these things that I mentioned. First, you could use there are time blocking apps that you can use like Google Calendar, or another one is called Clockwise. And this simply just helps you to schedule and protect your actual power hours, okay? I personally use my Microsoft Calendar to do this and to help me with all these things. And it's amazing. Like, honestly, I have to look at it at night to know what I'm doing even the next day for personal and business things. So, but also you can utilize apps like Focus Keeper or Pomodon. Let me spell that for y'all, because Pomodone, Pomodon. And this helps to just break your power hour up into focus intervals, such as 25 minutes of work or, that particular task, 5 minutes of a break that you might have to do to get more clarity or just to kind of breathe 5 times, that type of thing. All right. But it helps you do all of that. So amazing and helpful. All right. And last but not least for this one, you can utilize task and goal management tools, you guys, such as Todoist. That's what it's called. Todoist. Okay. Or Microsoft To Do. Or lastly, TikTok is what it's called. It's almost like TikTok or whatever. But anyways, TikTok is what it's called. And you can utilize these things to simply prioritize tasks for like your power hour strategy overall. Hopefully these will be very helpful for you. All right. Gift number 2 is economic empowerment through collaboration. We all know that collaboration is so very important, right? And it helps you to simply get to the next level, as well as it helps others to achieve their goals and what they're trying to do. So with this one, it's pretty much like economic empowerment through that actual collaboration, and the fact that it just draws from that historical success of just cooperative economics, you guys. I know I'm taking you way back and things like that to school, but it helps. And it helps within communities, which is fabulous. And let me tell you what an actual cooperative economics, what that means. It's pretty much like a system. We got systems out here, right? And where people or like businesses, they work together, which is what we need to do to strive, okay? It shares resources, and it just helps you to distribute different benefits equally within this program to achieve actual common goals. So imagine you're working with someone and you all are totally on the same page while you're going through these goals. To have that common goal, that is priceless and very, very important. All right. It also kind of helps you like create that wealth together, right? So if you're feeling like kind of stuck or setback, I don't really actually like to say stuck, but just kind of having a minor setback, who doesn't need a wealth pickup, right? And make wealth together rather than competing. Very important. Nobody wants to compete with the next person, and you shouldn't be doing that anyways. All right. Not to mention, as I'm always saying, you do not have to conduct these type of things along your journey alone, ever. So keep that in mind. All right. So you guys simply just study the actual field of cooperative economics. All right. It's very, very helpful. And study it to the fact where it's like based on the idea that such things are a way to create that shared like prosperity and economic equality between the two of you. All right. Okay. So of course, I'm going to give you some tips with this as well and how to do these type of things and work with someone. There are 3 resources for this to further assist you. Okay. Number 1 is simply use QuickBooks. I know you've heard of that. They have a very simple one, QuickBooks, for actually tracking like your partnership revenues and your shared expenses. That way, no one's upset or wondering if someone's making more or anything like that. Just QuickBooks. That will just put it all in place for both of you, or if there's few of you, 3 or 4 of you, okay? Number 2 is you can use something called Gusto, all right? Which is a platform that ensures fair pay, which is who don't want fair pay, right? And benefits across all collaborations. So that way you're on the same page with that as well. You know, people start getting into things when money isn't right or they feel like they're being cheated in things. So Gusto for that, all right? And then number 3 is try diversity.com. All right. So diversity.com is pretty good. It connects you just with potential minority owned businesses and partners. You guys, that is phenomenal. All right. Because I'm always looking into these type of things. So the fact to be able to go to diversity.com and they just assist you further is priceless. All right. Not to mention this leading diversity job board that I just mentioned, diversity.com, can help you to actually, connect inclusive employers and diverse talent if you need that as well. So good, right? All right. Last but not least is gift number 3 today. And that is a purpose aligned decision system, you guys. All right. What do I mean by that? Let me tell you what this system is. This pretty much is the key system and takeaway. It takes away like matters because, living differently is very important. And it's a random change. A lot of us don't like change, but I do welcome it, especially when it's good change. And it's about like purposeful transformation, you guys. Who does not need help with purposeful transformation? I know I do. If you can relate, put it in the chat. But simply just think about like Rosa Parks, you guys, since we are in this fabulous month of Black History Month, who chose to sit differently, you guys, on that bus. And not just for change's sake, but because it simply aligned with a greater purpose for her and for many, right? So priceless in itself that even took place from that phenomenal woman, all right? Now, likewise, your choice to live differently is very important as well, which is why I'm even doing this episode, right? Especially this year, because we keep talking about it. So 2025 is it, you guys, all right? So this should actually help you just to be anchored in purpose, right? And just intentionally, very intentionally, all right? This actually also just kind of helps like transforms like that. It kind of helps you just to live differently altogether and of course on purpose, right? From like that vague goal that you've been having into a more strategic, purpose-driven practice for the most part, all right? And that's going to honor like both of you who are, collaborating together and things like that to both walk by faith and just stay and keep with that commitment overall, all right? And big time, have that big time change of meaningful change. You guys, it's very important not to just do things and it's almost like throwing spaghetti at the wall to see if it's going to work. No, have that meaningful change to take place, all right? All right. So for those of you who unfortunately kind of got in late and things like that, of course you can watch this over, go get those tips that I gave, but let me just give you a few more, I guess nuggets or diamonds or whatever you want to call it, or gifts, actual like action steps. Because remember, I like to give action steps so you guys can put that to action and do it. Don't just think about it. Don't just write it down. Action, right? That's what I'm all about. So here are a few action steps to tie the loop and to help you excel. All right. All right. First, you guys, there's only a few here. It's an actual app and it's called Loop Habit Tracker. It's a simple, just like open source habit tracking that's very helpful with this app, and it focuses on consistency, you guys. Who didn't need help with consistency? This is going to help you. Oh my gosh. It helps you with the consistency and the progress awareness through like different charts it'll give you and analytics of what you're doing with your business or along your journey. So good, right? The next one that you can use is called Coda. All right. That's simply a versatile like document. It's a document editor is what it is. And it combines tables, text, and it's like that interactive elements to help you. All right. It's like perfect, you guys, for like building a dynamic choice impact matrix even. All right. What's a matrix? This matrix that I'm talking about? Well, it pretty much helps you like evaluate decisions. We all have to make decisions, right? Not just by like intermediate benefit, but by how they actually align, you guys, with your purpose. How wonderful is that, right? So you don't have to be doing all that thinking and stuff like that. Just use the choice impact matrix and it does it for you, you guys. All right. And it helps in communities big time as well. All right. Lastly of these gifts is apply an app called Xmind. All right. It's one word. How it sounds is how it's spelled, Xmind. And this is simply a powerful, mind mapping type of thing or tool, I guess you could use. And it advances features like brainstorming, which is fabulous. I definitely need this. It organizes your ideas and it helps you to visually map out your purpose and your goals. You guys, we're always trying to brain dump, as I would call it, putting things on paper. Use Xmind. Let it do it for you. You're putting in the information and voila, you got a creation of what you've been needing for your purpose and your goals. And it's fast. All right. All right. So look, many of these resources will help you. I am just positive, or I would not even be bringing them out to you. Okay. They're going to help you to simply just capture that helpful and alignable avenues that you're taking on your journey, on your 9 to 5, just overall in your business as an entrepreneur. All right. It's going to help to keep you pretty much just determined, which I know I need a lot of help with that sometimes. So, and to reach achievable and actionable steps, you guys. Action is key, right? And to simply just better assist you with your personal entrepreneurial journey overall. I need that, and I'm sure you do too, right? So just remember, though, along the way, all right? When you choose to live differently, for one, it's important, right? But do it this year, okay? Not next week. Start now, like I'm always saying, right now, okay? We're not just changing our own lives. Keep that in mind. We're literally conducting a legacy, all right? Whether it's for your kids or community or for yourself or for your home or your house, the people that you love and things like that. You're creating a legacy, which is very important. And it's a legacy of excellence. So that's even more important, okay? So empowerment is going to help with all of these things. And it just helps with where all of since we're talking about Black history and things like that, where our actual ancestors began as well. It just helps put everything in perspective, all right? So let's make these choices count, okay? Keep that in mind. Make them count. All right. Thank you so much for listening, you guys. Look, if you would like me to send any of these tips, all right, like I've been doing, please DM me and I will send the tips. You can ask for number 1, 2, or 3, or you can simply just DM me and say, I need them all. Make sure you put hashtag 59 when you DM me so I know it's this particular podcast and subject. All right. All right. Also, you guys, here is an amazing bonus that I like to give. This opportunity, and which I'm always grateful to be able to give because I've set aside time to do this. I actually do have 2 spots this time. I've been having 3, but I have 2 spots left this time. For those of you who are always ready, right? Got to be ready to dive deeper, you guys. And for today's, podcast topic, living life differently and better in the year 2025 by choice and on purpose. All right. I'm going to help you with that. So I would love to give you that assistance. Of course, it's going to be 30 minutes is pretty much, the time that I go. Sometimes I do go over a little bit because people have questions and things like that of how maybe they should proceed and things, and I don't mind helping. So get in my Calendly though. I only have 2 spots left, all right? Get in the Calendly. I'll put it in this information when I post, as well as it is in my bio, so you can get it there, all right? Okay, you guys, I am so grateful once again for you guys being here. One more thing. So last week when I had my guest, some of you guys did put into the chat, and I thank you so much. I had asked the question when we had her. The question was, how do you see me? Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. But I didn't get to capture the information that you guys so generously put in there for me. So if you could please do that again, but this time DM me directly, because I don't want to miss that. Like, I really do want to know, how do you see me, Jenée Hudson, as the Uplifter? And things like that. Like, how do I make you feel? How do you see me? Whatever that is. Okay. I would greatly appreciate it, because it just helps me to grow as well. All right. So please DM me with that information also. Thank you in advance. All right. So please continue to follow and share for ongoing content, inspiring content at that. All right. And don't forget, like I said earlier, to subscribe and like on my actual YouTube channel, you guys. I would greatly appreciate that as well. For the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast by Jenée Hudson. All right. I'll put that in the link as well. And that's also in my bio. As always, you are always, always appreciated. I think you know that, but I can't help but to keep saying that to you, because I am so grateful for you guys to just be listening and sharing my information. So thank you so much for tuning in to the 59th episode, you guys. Gonna be at 60 next week. Yes. So, all right, to the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with me, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. I am so grateful for you. Keep the faith, as I always tell you, all right? And until next time, have a very blessed and productive day, and prosperous, you guys, prosperous year on purpose. Later.